Well, hello there, Dan here, 31st of July, and today we're going to be having a look around the garden here, and I'm going to show you some beautiful things that I've got growing here, and you can grow them too, if you wish. So I was gifted the seeds to these sunflowers here, so I don't know what variety they are, but another gardener gave me the seeds, and I grew them. So they are the same variety, but you see how small these ones are in comparison to these ones up here. So doesn't that just go to show variety within varieties? So yeah, so we come down from the sunflowers there with the lovely lilies, etc. on the right here. Now here, Echinacea, so really good, said to have medicinal properties for the treatment of coughs and colds. You might wish to look into that if that interests you. I introduced these to the garden the earlier part of the year, so it's in their first year here, and they're looking very nice indeed. Nice ornamental value, and really does sort of fill the space really nice with the sunflowers up there and the Echinacea down here and the lilies, etc., here. So this part of the garden here, you can see I have some lovely Bora Bora. This is a dahlia named Bora Bora. Isn't that wonderful? So look at that, really beautiful. Plenty of those to come. Really lovely ornamental value indeed. So we'll just get to these grapes in a moment. They look very lovely. Not ready yet, but let's look at something else first. Figs. Let's pick a fig. So lovely, got a fig bush, tree, shrub, whatever you want to call it, with some tomatoes growing at its base. Isn't that wonderful? Now, a few years ago, I was given some fig cuttings, and much to my own silliness, or in accordance with my own silliness, I have lost what variety this is, but it still tastes beautiful. I tried one yesterday, so you see I've got some there, look, so there's 4 left. So let's pick this fig and try it. So here we are, let's try this beautiful delicious fig. Oh yeah, lovely and sweet. So we'll just walk into one of my polytunnels here. This is a pomegranate variety Provence, very unlikely to ever produce pomegranates here, but it's a lovely ornamental bush nonetheless. So we'll go into the polytunnel here. Now, you can see here, the peach tree still, oh yeah, look at that one's ready, carrying a lovely crop. If you check out my last few uploads, you'll see that, you know, a lovely peach has been eating a lot of them recently, and see here, look, still plenty left to come, so that's really good. There's definitely something, you know. Peach variety Peregrine, historical variety, beautiful white flesh variety, sweet and tangy at the same time, very nice. Something about just be able to go out into your own garden, your allotment, wherever, and just pick food and eat it. Something really nice about that. So if you can implement that somehow in your garden, no matter how small, even if it's just a few radishes or tomatoes, certainly worth looking into in my opinion. So let's just go back into the polytunnel, because there's probably quite a lot to look forward to coming in here. Excuse me, got a bit of a tickly throat at the moment. So this here is tomato variety Big Zac. So look at that. This variety actually got the world record for the world's biggest tomato. Very unlikely I will ever achieve that. Be nice if I did, but you know, I don't think it'll happen. But you see there, look, the trusses are getting quite full now. Seems around here that tomatoes are about a month late. Is that true where you are? Certainly, I'm normally picking tomatoes, starting to round about now, but haven't got any left, or any to pick as yet. So over here we have a variety of tomato called Cocktail Crush F1. It's not really, I don't normally grow F1s, I've explained this before. It's not genetic modification, but it's a form of selective breeding. It's a bit too much of an intervention for my liking, but I was given the plant, so you know, I've simply grown it on. But yeah, so you can see a nice truss there. It's Cocktail Crush. So I've got loads of melons down here. We shall see just how these do. I think I will get, no real fruit has formed yet, but still got time and loads of flowers I think I will be getting some melon crops, but not just yet. But I think it will happen. I'll probably get about 3 maybe. Let's see. Be nice if I get more. Grapes. Now, I adore growing grapes. Many of you are very aware of this. This is variety Muscat Blanc. Absolutely beautiful and looking really nice indeed. I took this vine from a cutting from a previous address. So those of you who have followed me for a few years, many of you initially came across my channel with the grape videos I grew, because grape videos I made. I didn't grow the videos, I made the grape videos with grapes I grew. You understand? But what I did was I put them on YouTube, and that's how a lot of people in the early days on YouTube found me. How did you find me anyway? It'd be very interesting to know. If you know, I would like to know how you did stumble across Essex Dan and his garden. It would be interesting. But anyway, now I digress. This is from a cutting I took. Lovely grape with seeds, very tasty. Let's have some close-ups of the bunches. Right, so here you are. This one down here. This will be the first bunch to be ready. Now, this will be sours. This will be like sour grapes. There you go. They'll get bigger than this as well. Let's try it. Yeah, sour, not ready yet. But that was a pip. But yeah, has a mild grape taste already. They'll be delicious. Real lovely taste, that is Muscat Blanc. So I've just put the camera there on one of the tables. Isn't that wonderful? So I'll show you some herbs I'm growing. This is spearmint. Look at that, lovely. Grew these from seed. Going to be putting these in a pot. So spearmint, said to be a natural sedative. You might want to look into that. Be very careful with herbs and a lot of other things. Do your own research first. Make sure you talk to someone who does know about herbs. You know, many of you are aware of this, but I say it every time generally I talk about them. I'm very much in my sort of early stages of learning about herbs, so you know, I'm by far from an expert, but yeah, very interesting. You might want to look into the medicinal properties of spearmint. There we are. So here, now this here doesn't look much at the moment, but I'm hoping it's going to establish nicely in these little tubs, and then next year I can plant it out. I've got 2 here. And I've got a little weed growing in this one. This one here. This is called Jalgalon, Gynostemma pentaphyllum, which is an adaptogen, helps the body adapt to stress. You might want to look into adaptogens. You might want to look into this one in particular. Said to be very similar to ginseng. Ginseng is quite a bit more expensive, I believe. So Jalgalon, Gynostemma pentaphyllum, read about it. Don't just go taking it without reading about it and doing your own research, because adaptogens can be very powerful indeed. So it's very important you talk to someone who knows what they're talking about, and do lots of research as well. Be informed. But yeah, so that's another herb, if it indeed is a herb. Certainly a medicinal I'm going to be introducing to the garden here. So behind me over here, I'm growing some carrots. So this is variety Championship stock. So we'll just go over to the Championship stock. So I'm growing it in this tub here. There you go, look at that. So hopefully this will be quite a large carrot. It's always good fun, isn't it, to grow large carrots. But there we are, look at that. So goodness knows how big that's going to be, but we'll put it out when the time comes. So here I was actually being given a monkey puzzle tree, otherwise known as a Chilean pine. Look at that, absolutely wonderful. Really excited to see how this grows and develops. But doesn't it look lovely? Monkey puzzle tree. 3 guesses why it's called a monkey puzzle. So we're going to go into this part of the garden now, and you can see here apples. You can see grapes as well, loads of them. But apples here. So this is variety Worcester Pearmain, which is a very historical apple. You might want to look into it. And was once upon a time very important commercially here in the UK. Not so important now, but I do believe it is grown under some, it's still grown commercially in some places on a small scale. You might want to look into it. But yeah, it's a nice apple and very much sort of trying to find you a nice one that we can pick here. Tastes very much like pear drops. Let's have, whoops, oh, never good picking apples one-handed. There we go. So let's return to this area with the masterful camera angle. It's a nice apple and it does very much taste of pear drops. I've had that tree now, 6 or so years, probably longer. Crops very well year after year. I think this is the biggest crop yet. Now, I think it's in Chinese traditional medicine. Apples are used to reinvigorate the spirit and also to help the body recover from the effects of alcohol. So you might want to look into the use of foods, apples, fruits, etc. for medicinal purposes. I certainly know that if I ever do anything athletic, I quite like to eat an apple beforehand. I find it helps. Certainly better than eating a bag of sweets or something, which I may have done, you know, in days gone by. But yeah, nice healthy apple. If you can grow your own apple tree, why not grow one? So here I've got some raspberries. I forget the name of the variety now. I've got it written down inside somewhere. But this here is lovely, growing in these 30-litre containers. So you can see actually, this is my first year of growing them here. This variety anyway. And getting a very small crop, which is very good. Probably going to put these in the garden somewhere, maybe in the winter time. So that'd be interesting. Really want to increase my production of raspberries here. Got some roses here, these look beautiful. Now, I am thinking maybe of letting some of these turn into hips because rose hips contain a lot of vitamin C, I believe. So there we are. I want to get more into using plants such as these for food and medicine. And rose hips could be a very good one to look into. Rose hips, syrup, etc. Yeah, so down here, cabbages. Very small cabbages, but they are cabbages. Had the biggest one yesterday. That was really nice. Harvested that. And got some lovely cabbages here. This is variety earliest of all. It's a variety I've grown the last few years. I hold it in very high regard. I've got a video on how to grow cabbage, early summer cabbage, from start to finish. So we're just going to go back into one of the polytunnels here, and we're going to have a look at something I've got growing here. So this is the polytunnel in all its lovely productive amounts, and we'll go down here. So in this disc box, are any of you old enough out there to remember floppy disks? I do. Right, there you go. So you can see what I'm growing in here. Now I could probably, you know, if I wanted to leave this top off now, leave it up like that. So this is turmeric. Now you can see that, look, growing up nicely there. So we'll see. Probably going to have to take this in at the end of the year, growing season, sorry, end of this sort of, you know what I'm saying, when it gets colder, take it inside. But either way, I'm expecting a small crop of turmeric one day, so isn't that wonderful? Will I or will I not get aubergines? This is variety long purple. We will see. Well, there we are. Hope you enjoyed that video. Slightly different filming style than what I normally do, but it's always good to do different things for a laugh sometimes, isn't it? Because, you know, variety and things like that. Sunflowers. Thanks for your time.